Good morning. I nearly didn't make it out on this ride this morning because it rained. It wasn't supposed to rain. And then it cleared up, so 2 hours late, but we're off. And I'm glad because today is going to be an absolute epic. We're off into the wine country of the Priorat like you've never seen it before. But before we get on to the fun stuff, can I just extend my heartfelt thanks to those of you who wish me well. I felt a bit guilty really because there's so many of you who've said I'm in the same boat. It's this invidious thing, isn't it? It's not all of us, but certainly for some of us, it's our own doing as well. I certainly felt that way. I didn't feel it about the cancer. I even managed to ignore it a bit when I had my hypertensive crisis. But this time I can't help but think, despite all the cycling, it's just because I'm too overweight. I just eat and drink too much. I can't let this happen again. I feel it's been my third and final warning, health-wise. So, feel free to take me to task if I don't start going skinny over the coming weeks. Anyway, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say thank you. So, thank you. Anyway, onward and upward. We are heading out there, straight out into the Priorat. Well, the one I got planned is, it's pretty spectacular. It could be the best one we've ever done. I hope so. But to get anywhere in the Priorat, you do have to climb. Camera's playing silly buggers again. I've just been talking to you for a good 5 minutes. It wasn't very interesting. I think it's up here. Wow. Oh no, really? This is supposed to be the old... I don't feel comfortable going up that. First time since having an Shimano EP8 equipped bike, I'm pushing. I have to keep an eye on my heart rate. But this is, I don't know. I can't imagine how any vehicle ever gets up it. I'm struggling to push the bike up it. Whoa. A little bit of respite that's enabled me to get back on, but well, it's still jolly steep. Hope you're seeing this. This is an insane climb. It's even steeper than last week's. Yeah, we got the ground. Whoa! Sorry, the wheel popped up and didn't actually come back down again, despite me leaning right on the handlebars. I'm going to be walking this bit as well. Hold on, let's get you horizontal. There you are. Nasty. Hit another ridiculous bit. The way this is going, I'm going straight up. I think it's going to be flat on top, not a gradual climb all the way like I expected. It's a lot nicer now. Feels like we're somehow nearing the top, and yet I know we can't be. It's a long, long way up to the town at the top. Oh, that's better. And that is hopefully the worst of it for a little while. Tell you what, it feels like adventure though. Oh, hello. Didn't expect to do that. Somehow tripped. Caught the bike, Orbea, it's safe. Don't worry. Oh, that is a good time to pretend that we're stopping on purpose and having a look at what seems to be a magnificent view. That's the Rio Siurana. These are first vines of the trip. They are They're not going to be the last. See, this is what I was hoping for. A lovely trail, unused, middle of nowhere, kind of perfect. Hello, little Podenco. It's funny, I was watching a Wiltshire man on YouTube. He seems like a very nice chap. He does outdoorsy pursuits, and he's got a Podenco almost identical to that one. And our first ever dog was a tan-coloured Podenco, and they're fantastic dogs, but their prey drive is like no other. So we trained our little Amber to do every trick in the book, not just by voice commands but by hand commands too. So I could just twiddle my hands and she'd roll over and beg and sit and jump and walk on her back legs, all those sorts of things. But she would not come. Not if she's got the smell of something. They're called sight hounds, like a greyhound. But it's their noses. Once their noses are engaged, you can kiss goodbye to seeing them for the rest of the day if they're off lead. Concrete. No, that's quite welcome. Just wanted to show you this because it's a brand new vineyard. This is the sort of wild side of the Priorat, the stuff that's still got pine trees on it. We're going to be going over this little ridge that we're on here, right on top of, right into the heart of the Priorat where, well, there aren't so many pines, let's put it like that. Hello. Hello, beautiful. How are you? He's a good boy. It is. It's a little, I'd imagine it's a little cisterna. No, it's a shelter, presumably for herdsmen. Look at that. That's a charming little thing, isn't it? A dry stone shelter. Sometimes wonder if I'd be better off just going faster, but I don't have the confidence for that. So it's going to be slow. Nearly lost it there, didn't I? Just managed to hang on, pretending everything was fine. When it's this slow, now I've sort of remembered that I'm not clipped in all the time. You can just put your feet down. It has got a lot better, but it's still not a comfortable feeling when your front wheel doesn't go the way it's pointing. Mountain bike tracks. Go on, let me call them that now. Just had a pedal strike. That's not gravel, is it? No. It's weirdly enough a signpost here, and we turn left. Signposts. Right, this looks to be the start of the single track. I am still on course, so we'll see what it's like. First impressions, it's quite rocky. This is the second bit of single track I've ever done. I was hoping for a nice, smooth, swoopy, tree-lined ride. It's not in any way extreme, but... Right, we're back on. Let's hope it lasts. Well, I've been really struggling on this track. It's about the outside of what I'm capable of, and I get to some stuff that I don't like, and I'm just getting off and pushing over it. And I've got no idea if that's what everyone does. I don't know. It's just experience that I don't have. But we're right on the side of a very precipitous gorge. I don't know if you can see through the trees. If I can move, you can see the far side. Well, our track's on the far side. There's no way back. There's no way forwards apart from this way. So it might be a bit of hiker bike, or even a lot of hiker bike. Oh, that's hell. That's steep. But this is now, well, I think you'd be scrambling up it coming up the other way on foot. I'm going to start calling it a city bike, so you have sympathy. It's just a city bike, really. Yeah. I thought that was going to be a lovely, smooth ride through the pine trees, and instead it's anything but. Damn sight better than what we've been on, and it's downhill. Let's get up onto this smoother stuff. I'm actually finding I prefer uphill to downhill mountain biking. Downhill I find sketchy and scary, whereas uphill, well, it's just a slog. You can either do it or you can't. Oh wow, hope I caught that. Well, I caught it, if you see what I mean. Big skid. Where on earth is this going? This isn't a vehicular road. Well, I have to say, these are proving some of the hardest trails that I've had to ride. Oh, nearly got around the throat with a bramble there. That could have been painful. Super steep again. Oh, at least this bit's smooth. Ah, made it. There's a funny little canal up here. How does that work? Phylloxera, this bug that eats the roots of these vines. Back in the late 1800s, no, mid 1800s, it killed just about every single vine. But the value of Priorat wine has doubled, trebled. Certainly seems to be more expensive than La Rioja now. They're going for exclusivity, and why not? Because we've got a lot of the Priorat to see, and I promised an epic. We're seeing a lot of these sorts of buildings too. It's a lead mine, and it was lead mining that saved the Priorat after the phylloxera bug killed everything. They discovered lead and silver, and these mines sprung up, which I've talked about in another video. But Belmont was the centre of the mining industry here in the Priorat, and it was huge, absolutely huge for a while. Fortunately, by the time that started drawing to a close in the 70s, the wine started taking off again. Oh, hello, it's a view. Just came out of nowhere. That is Belmont in the foreground. Don't know if you can see directly behind, but a good many miles away is El Loire. So very much two parts of Belmont. There's the old part where the inhabitants would be working the land for the vines, and then there's the new part, which is just on the other side of the hill, where the mine managers basically whacked in some cheap as chips accommodation for the mine workers. So that's the old bit. Very much looks like it belongs in the Priorat. Absolutely beautiful. This is how I pictured the day going. Stunning scenery. Cracking gravel tracks along sort of precipitous, vine bedecked gorges. So we're there, and it gets better, I think. At some point we need to come off this though, head right down into yet another horrible ravine and back up the other side to get into Belmont. I mean, look at this. Has happened again. I'm lost. So I'm actually retracing my steps part way, because the road I thought I was on completely petered out into nothing. Well, my Garmin's just showing me an alternative. It's down there. That is actually a mountain bike trail. These guys are nuts. So it is back to the main road for us. Well, that was fun. Oh, cool, blimey. Well, I'm on the last hill of the day. It wasn't the last hill I expected to be on. I'll try and leave in a fair bit of the me pushing it stuff, because that was the truth. I was pushing a lot today, both uphill and downhill. I was intimidated by some of the downhill sections and just outdone by the uphill ones. Not the bike's fault. I think the bike could have done it. I just wasn't capable of staying on the bike on those bits. So it's back to the drawing board when it comes to single track for me. But hopefully, as I get better, the rides will get better. So we've got one last lovely descent. We'll do that together, and then I'll see you next week. We're not quite at 1,000 subscribers. It was 998, and then I'm going to call them buggers, 2 buggers left. So when I left this morning it was 996, but we're nearly there. So hopefully I'll have good news for you next week, and until then, thanks for watching.